Let's Roll! Sports Cars by Wenty, Hinote, Lanier. Chapter 1. One Fabulous Week. Monterey Car Week is an entire week devoted to car shows, auctions, and races. On opening night, sports car enthusiasts line the streets. They are excited to watch the kickoff cruising. Lamborghinis are known for their doors that open upward rather than outward. Chapter 1. One Fabulous Week. Monterey Car Week is an entire week devoted to car shows, auctions, and races. On opening night, sports car enthusiasts line the streets. They are excited to watch the kickoff cruising. Lamborghinis are known for their doors that open upward rather than outward. The Ferrari 250 LM was produced in Italy between 1963 and 1965. In this event, hundreds of new and beautifully restored sports cars are on display. The biggest event of the week is the races. Crowds gather at the famous Mazda Raceway to watch their favorite vintage cars in action. They cheer as the cars navigate the tight curves of the Laguna Seca corkscrew. Hundreds of classic cars take part. Auctions. The auctions during Monterey Car Week feature some of the most expensive cars in the world. In 2015, a private collection of 25 sports cars went to auction. At the final hammer, the cars sold for more than $75 million. Chapter 2. Sports Car History. The first automobiles appeared in the late 1800s. In the 1910s, Henry Ford started using an assembly line to produce his cars. This process made cars less expensive. A driver takes part in a race in 1930. The Mercer Raceabout could reach speeds of 90 miles per hour, 145 kilometers per hour. Soon, many people who wanted a car could afford one. As cars became more common, racing became a popular new sport. But racing called for powerful cars that could perform well. The first racing cars were really the first sports cars. Early sports cars. The Mercer Raceabout and the Stutz Bearcat were among the first American sports cars. The Mercer Raceabout was built from 1911 to 1915. The Stutz Bearcat was built between 1915 and 1922. Both cars were light and had powerful engines. They were composed of little more than an engine and a gas tank on a chassis. During World War II, 1939 through 1945, many American soldiers fought in Europe. While they were there, they started to appreciate European sports cars. European sports cars were built for hilly, winding roads. These cars used less fuel and had strong brakes. Fun fact: the Morgan is a classic British sports car that has been built the same way since the 1930s. All Morgan cars are built by hand. American soldiers found them fun to drive. The soldiers returned to the United States after the war. They created a demand for cars like the ones they had driven in Europe. Chapter 3. What makes a sports car? A sports car is typically a two-seat, two-door car with rear-wheel drive. It has a responsive engine that handles well in all types of roads. It rides low and is usually fast, but most of all, it's fun to drive. Sports cars handle well around tight curves. Two Ferraris cruise the roads of Italy. Some sports cars are designed to race. Others are designed for the average driver to take on the highway. Most sports cars are not practical for everyday use because of their small size. For most buyers, sports cars are a luxury. Sports Car Club. The Sports Car Club of America, SCCA, is a club for people who love sports cars. It began in 1944, and today it has more than 60,000 members. The SCCA oversees professional and club races, road rallies, and autocross events. Its members serve as race officials and workers for most professional races in the United States. Members also participate in SCCA-sponsored amateur events. Fun fact: the Mazda MX-5 is the best-selling two-seat convertible sports car of all time. Companies that make sports cars race their cars. These companies know that racing is the best way to advertise their cars. A car that wins a race is likely to have higher sales. Some of the most popular race cars were developed by sports car companies such as Jaguar, Lotus, and Ferrari. Disc brakes, a low-ceiling frame, and supercharged engines are examples of features that came out of race car designs. Chapter 4: Sports Cars of Today. Today, there are many types of sports cars in the market. At the top of the market are the supercars. Supercars are fast and very expensive. They cost between $1.3 million and $4.8 million. The McLaren P1 cost approximately $1.3 million, but many owners add extra features that push the price even higher. Supercars are usually produced in limited numbers. For instance, car maker Aston Martin said it would produce only 99 of its AMRB001 model. Other examples of supercars include the Jaguar XJ220, the Bugatti Veyron, and the McLaren P1. But supercars are only a small part of the sports car market. Entry-level cars are much less expensive. They include the Mazda MX-5 and the Subaru BRZ. More than 1 million Mazda MX-5s have been sold around the world. Boxing star Floyd Mayweather Jr. bought a Koenigsegg CC-XR Trevita in 2015. Prices of entry-level sports cars start at approximately $25,000. Mid-level sports cars include the BMW Z4, the Porsche Boxster, and the Chevy Corvette. These cars start at approximately $50,000. Sports cars may be a luxury that few can afford, but most people agree that it's thrilling to watch a sports car in action. Fun fact: as of 2016, the most expensive sports car in the world is the Koenigsegg CC-XR Trevita. Only 3 have ever been made, and the price is $4.85 million. How it works: more power. Some sports cars use superchargers or turbochargers to boost power. They pump pressurized air into the engine cylinders. Superchargers are driven by a belt on the engine. Turbochargers are powered by the engine's exhaust. The added air allows more complete burning of fuel. This can result in better mileage and higher speeds. The Ferrari V12 engine has won awards for its performance.